coping with how bad things are, of just like just looking backwards. Like, nah, man, like that's you know, depressed people, like certain depressed people you've met, or like who are in a bad part of their life, and all they can do is talk about the good old days. All they can talk about is that shit. And you know, it's coping. It's coping shit. I
could see in college friends and high school friends, and all they talk about is like college or high school. I'm like,
hate that shit.
I'm like, yo, haven't you like done interesting shit since then? You know, but the problem is that nobody has, because like nostalgia represents like going back to a time where things seem to have an origin. Like we're always very like that's why like the trad stuff became really popular, because you know, people want to like go back to a time where, you know, you knew where, you know, your food was coming from and you knew which place made your clothes and stuff. But like the problem is that the nostalgia that we have for things like cartoons and stuff, and like there wasn't really an origin there anyway, so it's almost like a fake.
It's manufactured. It's like capital is run through everything that used to be good, or anything that anyone loves actually, and it's run through and hollowed out all of that bullshit, and it's destroyed it to where there's now a distance between that and what is actually now reality. So there's only memories of this thing, and so what they do is they can then sell you back nostalgia in the form of like these hyper realized like very romanticized visions of a past that you never even fucking had, but you're so removed from it that you can't even remember the fact that shit was miserable back then as well. It's an understandable reaction though.
Is that like their whole thing is like advocating for the same system minus like 50 years, which is like pure, like it made me realize that a lot of that shit is just as like hopelessly idealist as like,
of course,
as like a DSA meeting, like because these guys are they'll bitch about fucking trans ideology and activist, but that shit is just like the same system they want given the contradictions that it faces now. But those contradictions can't be like rewinded or rectified by going backwards. It was always going to get here.
Exactly.
Like, you know, this is like the natural evolution of a capitalist society.
Yep.
So it's
they want to repeat the steps. It's like, dude, where you going to end up? You're going to end up
like, I have a great idea. We're gonna bring a factory back down in fucking, you know, we're gonna organize for 50 years and we're gonna get one factory for 400 jobs. It's like, shut
this
the fuck
is
up.
the Fed Post.
So I got a question about this whole thing with like, we're gonna move on